All right, now tell me if this is you. You're talking to a person, a friend, a colleague, or even a person that you're interested in romantically. They're telling you a story and you're listening. You're really trying to listen in the first half. After a certain while, you start to zone out of the conversation, and now you feel terrible because you can't seem to stay present in a conversation. So today I'll be giving you 3 tricks to stay present in any conversation that you're having so that you can stay locked in. Matter of fact, let's make it 4. The first trick to remember is that in a conversation, it's never about you. It's never about you in the conversation until someone makes it about you. Imagine a conversation where you're the only person constantly spewing out information that you have about yourself, while the other person's just there, listening. The conversation's balance is uneven, like a seesaw, like one side is heavier than the other. And that just shows that you only care about yourself and not about the other person. Narcissism is now becoming a common personality trait in people as social media begins to consume more lives. It's taking away our ability to want to have a conversation with people without shifting the conversation to ourselves, which will make anything else that is mentioned in the conversation extremely boring to us, which is not right. In previous videos, I mentioned that a conversation should go back and forth like you're playing tennis. It gives, it takes, it reciprocates. It should never only be about you, especially if no one asks. Make the conversation about the other person actually be interested in their story. Have an open mind. Try and learn something from that person, from whatever story they're trying to tell you. There's always a lesson in whatever bullshit, boring story someone tells you. There's always a lesson. You can even watch their body language. They twirl their hair when they talk. Why do they do that? Why do they twirl their hair? Are they nervous? Picking up these little tiny nuances and tiny behavior patterns can make a conversation more intriguing because you're not just hearing what that person is saying, but also learning more about that person and their behaviors. I find it super interesting to learn more about a person's psychology and behaviors. And overall, you just learn more when you don't make it about yourself. Number 2, do more things so that you don't have to imagine how boring your life is. Imagine your friend just got back from a trip from Rome. You went skydiving, ate pasta, went and partied on a yacht. Beautiful, top tier, 10 out of 10 woman, and now that's his girlfriend. And as he's telling you this, because you asked how it went, you zone out again. Why? Because you're imagining yourself a life like that while simultaneously being mad at yourself for not doing something equally and as interesting as what your friend did. And whose fault is that? It's no one else's fault but yours. You're like, man, I wish I could be traveling like that. I got so many things I gotta do. I got so many bills. I gotta take care of some people, but I can make time for that. Man, why am I so lame? Why am I so scared? What have I been doing? And these internal thoughts take you out of the conversation because you start beating yourself because of how shitty your life may be, which may not even be that shitty at all. You're probably just busy, which is okay. Take it easy on yourself. But a simple fix to fix all these problems is to simply start doing more shit. Your overall stats go up by a lot, but the more experiences that you gain, you start going on more trips to different states or countries. You start going skydiving, start doing crazy activities like eating unique meals from different cultures. You start making new, different connections and meeting different people. And now you can actually lock in a little bit to the conversation because you have potentially done the same things that your friends are talking to you about. And now you can kind of relate. Now that ping pong type of conversation can finally ensue. I know it's scary to get out of your own comfort zone because it's the unknown. The unknown is scary, but it can be your best friend in terms of the amount of experiences that you can gain and grow from. And you can use these experiences to continue conversations or to start a conversation. You would have a lot more ammo to use. You will grow more as a person and you really see what you can handle. Honestly, it becomes almost like a fun challenge for you. A challenge to make yourself the most interesting person in the world. Number 3, overthinking about your looks. Another reason why you tend to zone out in a conversation when someone is explaining something to you, especially like a boss or anyone in a more important position than you, is because you're worried too much about how you look in front of them. Overthinking is a man's worst enemy. After taxes, obviously. As men, we tend to have a natural tendency to try and out-alpha another man in an attempt to show our dominance as a highly valued and respected man. Honestly, let's think about it this way. Just like how women get their validation from being complimented for their looks, men receive their validation from being complimented for their dignity in the world, their value in the world. But if we were to go about tackling this for both genders, as humans, we focus way too much on how we look to others and impressing them with our looks. For example, how we dress, how we stand. Is our hair looking good? Do they notice my acne? I didn't get time to wash my face today. I woke up late. You think they can tell? Instead of being locked in the conversation like you're supposed to, you're instead of focusing on the little things that you think are wrong with you, and you put more energy towards making minute changes on how you look, how you stand. Now you're standing a different way now. You're crossing your arms. You're fixing your hair. You're doing whatever it takes to make you look the best. Whole time, this person was just trying to get advice from you about what he should do to talk to this girl that he really likes. But now you discreetly made it about yourself, when it should be about the other person. By the way, contrary to popular belief, people are really smart and can pick out when you feel uncomfortable and can notice when you try to do these little tiny tricks to fix yourself. Just an FYI. The best way to get out of this so that you can start focusing in the conversation, start being more present in the conversation, is to simply not give a fuck. Stop giving a fuck about how you look in a conversation. Obviously, take the time to take care of your hygiene and grooming before anything, yes. But you don't have to force yourself to be this big, macho, alpha, sigma, high value, skibbity man that doesn't laugh, doesn't smile, or doesn't blink because it shows weakness. Be yourself. You're not James Bond. You're you, okay? You want to work on things that make you a better person. I get it. But it's okay to realize that you're just you, that you are yourself, you are nobody else. Because the more you fake a personality that doesn't coincide with who you truly are, the more lost you'll feel. So be yourself in the most respectful way, obviously. At the end of the day, you get better fulfillment helping others out than only yourself. Think about it. When your boy asks advice for a girl, and you give him 10 out of 10 top tier goated advice, and he actually follows through with it and bags the shawty, oh my God. Oh my God, man. God, it's a good feeling. Top 10 best feelings in the world when you see your boy succeed and you are a part of helping them to do so. I can't describe it. I don't even know. Don't rob your friends from feeling important so that you don't have to rob yourself from feeling that sense of pride for them when they do succeed. Last but not least, number 4, recognize that you're mentally exhausted. It's okay to admit to yourself that you're tired, especially if you've been through a really traumatizing experience. Sometimes allowing yourself to have that moment of realization with yourself can be a therapeutic thing. It doesn't mean that you should let this be a constant excuse for not accomplishing certain goals, but at least you'll begin to walk on a path that involves you doing whatever it takes to be mentally relaxed. The reason I say this is because, as you can tell, or perhaps you can already feel, when you're going through a traumatic or stressful time in your life, that is primarily the only thing on your mind. You don't care about successes, you don't care about friends, you don't even care about having fun, nada. Nothing. It's all about whatever is causing you stress. That's the only thing on your mind. And as those thoughts take over and take you to a deep and dark abyss that is your mind, it takes away focus from what you are primarily focusing on in the conversation, which should be the person you are talking to. Whether that be you on a date, or you just hanging out with friends, or you talking to a professional who's giving you advice about life. To avoid this from affecting you and your conversations, it all comes down to a serious analysis about your life. And I'm talking everything. I'm talking about the ups and the downs, and finding a way to find some clarity, whether that be talking to someone about it, like a therapist or a close friend who actually listens, getting your feelings out through some type of action, like playing a sport or working out, boxing, martial arts, or displaying your feelings, displaying how you're feeling through art. For me, I play the trumpet, or at least I try to. I'm not that good. To be able to allow yourself to recognize that you are stressed. You're stressed out about something, and finding ways to get rid of that stress. That's what matters. That's the action you should take to get mentally relaxed. Because the problems that you are hiding are keeping you stressed. And those distractions take a lot of mental power. They take a lot of brain power. So take the time to mentally and physically take care of yourself. But yes, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed what you heard. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share to someone who needs to hear this. Remember, I'm also doing free one-on-one calls if you need to practice anything social-wise. For free. Literally just me and you having a conversation. Other than that, develop a prodigy mindset and tackle your problems with everything you got. I believe in you. Take care. Peace.